Hey guys, how's everyone doing? This is Nick from ForexNoobs.com with the daily analysis. Today is Tuesday, the 20th of July, 2021. Time is 10:18 here in the UK. You're looking at an AUDJPY daily chart. In today's analysis, we're going to be looking for price action setups across all the pairs listed to the right here. Let's just dive right into it, guys. Now, last week I shared a few trades. AUDJPY was one of them. Depending on how you've handled this trade, you got out. Well, it's impossible to have got out with a loss on this trade. So either you're out with, or you're still in. Either you're out with a lot of profit, or you're still in, or you got out on Friday with a nice little bit of profit. If you're still in, I'd say you may as well hold on because you should move your stop loss, into a fair bit of profit. So I'd say move your stop loss to at least 2R gain. So secure that 2R wherever it is for you, and then just let the trade run. It's going real well. AUD right now is pretty weak, so it could keep going down. Yeah, hold on to this one. It's going really well. Probably one of the better trades in the last few weeks. USDJPY. This one also has gone very well. I know some of you entered this one on lower time frames, 12-hour or 8-hour. Again, if you're still in, well, no, with this one, I would just say close out. It's sitting on a support area. It's a pretty strong support area. The difference here is AUDJPY has broken support, so it still has room to move down. USDJPY, it's bounced from support. So if you're still in this one, I'd say get out, but I imagine most of you have closed this one out. So I'm going to remove this one from the list of open trades because I see no reason to still be in that one. But AUDJPY, I would say hold on if you are still in. Righto, so let's look at some of the potentials from last week and see if they're turning into to actual trades. Well, we were looking for a potential short on AUDCHF because I was waiting for it to climb back up to resistance and then continue down. It never climbed back up to resistance, so I never saw a good enough entry for me to go in short. But now we have things kind of flipped a little bit where it's fallen into support, so there's potential for a kind of counter trend reversal. I'm not a huge fan of counter trend reversals at the moment because they're not the best, but you could get in for a quick, 1.5R target, just a relatively small target. So I'm going to keep an eye on this one this week for price to fall into the support area and looking for just a potential short-term long trade. And when I say short-term, I mean we're looking for a 1 or 2 daily candle, just a quick turnaround, maybe even less than a daily candle. Maybe we're talking about 8 hours, 12 hours, something like that here, where we just want to grab just a little bit of profit when price hits this level, reacts to it, and moves away. It's not the kind of trade that I'm a big fan of taking, but there is potential there, so I'll keep an eye on it. AUD New Zealand. Now, this one, we're looking for a potential reversal. It never happened, so it's off the list. Euro CHF, off the list. Nothing going on there anymore. GBP AUD. We were looking for a potential long last week, a long continuation from the support area. It never really happened, not the way I wanted it to anyway. It did kind of touch the support area and continue up, but it didn't drop low enough for me to enter the trade. Well, I'm going to make this smaller. My support resistance areas are a bit too big on this pair. They look extremely messy. Sometimes your support resistance areas are just too big and it makes everything kind of hard to see. So I'm going to adjust this one to here. Righto. So that's the support resistance areas fixed up a little bit. So what do we have right now with GBP AUD? It is pushing up to resistance. There's potential for a short from this resistance area. And I'm going to keep this on here as a potential reversal. Righto, let's take a look if we can see a another setup here. Honestly, I really like the start of this bearish movement on AUD USD. I'd be looking for a good entry here. If it pops back up a little bit higher into this resistance area, I will consider getting in short. So bearish AUD USD, bearish on AUD technically. So I'll be looking for a short there if I can get a good entry. Euro AUD, interesting, stalling out on resistance. I'll look for a potential short here, but like I said, I'm bearish on the Aussie dollar, so probably not going to happen. But I'll give it a chance. Also kind of bearish on the euro, so see how that goes. So basically, I'll come to this later at the end of the analysis, and we'll do a bit of a wrap up. I adjusted this area up a bit to be in line with the more recent bounces, and also prices stalling out on top of the support area right now. So potential for a long on GBP/JPY here. This is not a bad area to get in long on GBP/JPY. It's had bounces from here in the past several times. It's a pretty strong support area. It's not really trending down, so we're not trading counter trend. Definitely potential here to get in long. GBP USD, it's dipped a little bit below support, so I'm not that interested in entering, but it could very well go up from here, and that would support the GBP/JPY long. New Zealand JPY stalling out on support. This isn't the best support area though, and there's an argument to be made that there's some support up here. I'm not going to get in long on this one. Well, that is pretty much everything I've identified. I'm going to take another quick scan through the charts to see if I can see anything interesting. CAD CHF might give us a... Actually, we'll leave that till tomorrow because we'll see how it's developing tomorrow. Right, so let's do a quick summary. AUDCHF, we're just waiting for price to drop into support for a potential long trade. But honestly, what I would prefer to see here, so there is potential for a long trade here, counter trend. What I would prefer to see would be a break below support for a potential breakout or a potential pullback continuation. It'll probably be, you know, Thursday or something before this triggers, so we'll just follow it throughout the week. GBP AUD, just waiting to see if price stalls out at resistance. But again, much like AUD CHF, the preferable position here would be a long trade, a long continuation trade, not a short trade, because that's counter to a pretty strong trend right now. AUD USD, this one is you know what? That shouldn't be on this list. Actually, sorry, I'm being a bit indecisive here. That's not usually like me, but I will keep AUD USD on the list. What I'm going to do here with AUD USD actually is I'm going to look for a short trade in line with this nice bearish move here. So the thing that makes me a bit indecisive about AUD USD, right, is that This is not strong enough. So from here to here, that's not strong enough for me to generally say that it's in a bearish trend. It is definitely sloping towards the bearish side, but it's just not a strong enough move for me to say that it is a bearish trend. It hasn't lasted long enough. It hasn't moved enough. So when I'm trading continuations, I'm generally speaking, I'm looking for a trend. I'm looking for price to be trending so I can get in at a good price and follow the trend down. But the thing is, this isn't really trending down, in my opinion. So I do want to enter a short continuation because I am bearish on the Aussie dollar right now. But I'm just a little apprehensive because this setup is sort of stretching my rules. But yeah, I will be looking for a short continuation trade here. We'll keep an eye on it as the week progresses. Euro AUD, this is pretty simple, just price stalling out on resistance. There's potential for a short here. Like I said, I'm bearish on the Aussie dollar, so this one's a bit counter to what I'm looking for. But, you know, Euro could be weak too. Who knows? Let's just keep an eye on this for a potential short trade. It's a maybe. We'll see how it progresses. And GBP/JPY, price stalling out on support. Pretty good chance here for a nice reversal trade back up to the resistance area. So we'll keep a close eye on that one. So that is it for today's analysis, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.